Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
It has become a common crime across Metro Detroit, watching thieves smash a truck into a store, then they struggle to steal an ATM. You'll see these guys and see if they were able to get away with it.
Plus, there's rain on the radar, and it's not going anywhere for your Friday night plans. Ben tells us about a big change for your weekend weather.
But we begin with a Detroit man with a grudge, accused of setting a fire that killed an innocent mother and her daughter. That 24-year-old man went before a judge today facing murder and arson charges.
Police say he set the fire because he was upset with the mother of his children, but he killed her neighbors, 31-year-old Star Milligan and her 2-year-old daughter, Mila. Sean Lay is live tonight with new information from the courtroom. Sean?
Here's what we learned. This young man's name is DeMarco Latham, and there's more in the investigative report. The Detroit Fire Department Arson Task Force said Latham was so angry with his girlfriend that he allegedly threatened to burn the entire building down. 24-year-old DeMarco Latham in court late today, looking agitated, shocked by the charges he's facing that could lock him up for life. Latham hit with 2 counts of felony murder, 3 counts of first-degree arson, and 1 count of preparing to burn property. This tragedy unfolding Tuesday night at the apartments on Bray Street on Detroit's west side. Members of the Detroit Fire Department Arson Task Force say Latham got into his girlfriend's apartment, placed clothing on the stove, and set her apartment on fire, allegedly warning her that he was very angry and he was intent on destruction.
Allegedly, you said, I'll set, quote, I will set this whole on fire, unquote.
But in the unit upstairs, 31-year-old mom Star Milligan, her 2-year-old daughter Mila, and 8-year-old son Michael, they were trapped. Michael got out, but Star was found dead, her body positioned over her baby girls, trying to save her. Back here live, Latham just appeared in court late this afternoon a short time ago. The magistrate on that case set no bond for him. He's not going anywhere, all locked up tonight. Kimberly, back to you.
Sean, the little boy, I think you said his name was Michael. He was able to get out of the apartment. Do we know how he's doing tonight?
He was hospitalized, spoke to a family member who says he is now out and physically doing much better.
Yeah, that is good news. Okay, Sean, thanks. Day 26 of the UAW strike here, and today top leaders are publicly going back and forth about negotiations.
In a letter, General Motors says it made a comprehensive offer on Monday. The union responded, saying it's working around the clock to get members a deal they deserve. Tonight, Local 4 has exclusive details about what is on the table and what has talks bogged down right now. Business editor Rod Maloney is live. And Rod, you've uncovered some of the sweeteners in this deal.
Yeah, this is very important stuff, Jason, because the whole point to the strike in many ways has been about what's called unallocated plants. Detroit Hamtramck is one of them. Well, we have learned exclusively that on the table right now is a plan for this plant that puts a vehicle here, and that's good news to those out here on the line. The first sweetener, GM committing a couple $1 billion more to plant investment. Last month, GM offered $7 billion. Tonight, that number is $2 billion higher. $7.7 billion would go to GM UAW facilities, the rest going to joint ventures. The next big plum, a commitment to build its new full-size electric pickup here at the Detroit Hamtramck assembly plant. DHAM Assembly UAW skilled tradesman Paul Raditz is happy and thought it would happen.
Even after they announced they were going to close the plant, they kept bringing equipment in, setting it aside. And doing that, I even told my wife the day they made the announcement that they were going to close this plant, that they weren't going to do it.
Auto analyst Paul Eisenstein of the DetroitBureau.com calls it significant.
This is an important thing, and this is one of the things I believe that they were hoping would get workers on board, saving one of the plants that was going to close.
DHAM has experience with electric vehicles in that it built the Chevrolet Volt here until it disappeared. But the union wants not only this plant utilized, but the other 3 GM shuttered this time last year. And while it's welcome news, Eisenstein says the union's not likely to be happy about a much smaller workforce for a product that won't fill the plant.
It has to be paired with something at least eventually. Is it possible that they will start out by just doing the pickup plant? Yeah, it's very possible they'll do that.
All right, so what is the hang-up here? Well, GM wants to close the GM Education Center. That's a GM UAW Education Center. The union wants a slow wind down. That building is on the Detroit River. And then the union wants a legal plan enhancements for things like wills and divorce, but that's a simple problem to fix. It's the big stuff: new technology, training, future of work language to keep the workforce current with things like new batteries and also 3D printing. And also, as we've discussed, it's the unallocated plants, again, looking to put the electric pickup truck here. What else can they get? That's what the union is trying to do. Jason, back to you.
Yeah, and Rod, we've seen how quickly these talks can either heat up or cool down. Any idea how they're going tonight?
Well, they're talking right now. The question becomes, will they go ahead and go into marathon talks? We talk about it all the time, and so far that has not happened, even though they did get late into the night the other night with some of the subcommittees. But that was after the Mary Barra meeting, and Mary Barra exhorting them to get back to the table. So we'll have to see what happens here tonight and over the weekend.
Yep, we'll be watching. All right, Rod, thanks.
All right, let's get a look outside now, as rain could have an impact on your Friday night plans, especially those high school football games. And on top of that, we're looking at a big temperature drop as well.
Oh, you just had to drop that part in there, too. It's just all good news. Hey, Ben, what is it, like 30-degree drop you're talking about?
Yes, some spots actually peaked briefly into the 70s, and there will be spots that end up in the 30s tonight for overnight lows. But it's the rain that's going to get our attention, at least for the drive home. And, of course, for those Friday night football games, it's light and pretty widely scattered, but it's out there. That is the front back there in central portions of Michigan. In fact, you can see it here on the map, right where that green shading is showing up. The wind speeds there coming out of the west, and out ahead of it, we're still seeing a little bit of a southerly component. So the winds are going to pick up as that cold front gets closer to us. Temperatures staying in the 60s and then dropping into the 50s behind that front. And of course, they're going to continue to tumble. Notice that we've got rain chances even behind the front right through the overnight hours. So it's going to be tough to say that there's a dry spot here or a wet spot there. Do expect to see those showers for most of the overnight. We'll tell you when it finally shuts off and what the rest of your weekend looks like coming up, guys.
All right, Ben. It seems like we're telling you about ATM thefts every week. Here's a look at the latest theft. Surveillance video capturing two men struggling to load this one into a truck overnight in Warren. Coco McAvoy is live on Hoover near 9 Mile with what happened before they took off with this one. Coco?
Yes, the surveillance video really shows exactly what happened. It appears that the guys first tried to break into the store using just tools, but then they decided to use a pickup truck. As you can see, they left behind a lot of damage. There's people out now measuring just to take in all of the damage that's left behind from the robbery this morning. And now police are trying to track down the suspects. Another early morning smash and grab in Warren. This time, the thieves pulled up in a red pickup truck outside of Joe's General Liquor Store. The surveillance video shows what happens next. Two guys jump out of the truck, and one starts hammering away at the front door. They ditch that idea and instead decide to ram the truck into the front of the store repeatedly until they break in. Then the guys run into the store and come back out with a big ATM. They struggle with it for a bit and then get the ATM into the back of the truck. The thieves take off, leaving behind piles of rubble at the store. It follows a slew of other smash and grab robberies all over the Metro Detroit area. And now police are trying to figure out who is behind the targeted robberies. Because at this point, police are trying to figure out whether or not these recent robberies are all connected in some way. Of course, if you know anything, you're asked to call the Warren Police Department. Reporting live this afternoon, I'm Coco McAvoy, Local 4.
Yeah, all right, Coco. They should be on the lookout for a couple of guys with back pain, as it appears. Thank you. There is a sketch out tonight for a suspect wanted in a deadly shooting of a 77-year-old man.
Police say this man is responsible for a shooting that took place last month at a liquor store on Detroit's west side. You can see in the video here the suspect grabbing at the man's bag in the doorway. He then goes to rob the other man. While running off, he shoots at the 77-year-old who had drawn his own gun. If you recognize him, you're asked to call Detroit police.
The University of Michigan will be taking center stage in the 2020 presidential election. Today, U of M was named a site for one of the presidential debates. The debate will be at Chrysler Center on October 15, 2020. The University of Notre Dame and Belmont University will also host presidential debates. More details, including who the moderators will be and the format of the debates, will be announced next year. Much more to come here at 5.
That's right. Here's Tim.
Have you been to the Joe lately? Well, you might want to hurry up. There's not much of it left. We'll go flying with Drone 4. Coming up.
Plus, firefighters desperately trying to save homes as the people that live in them run to safety. The fight to contain rapidly spreading wildfires in Southern California. Here's Hank.
Hey, Kimberly, DTE crews fanning out all over Metro Detroit. They are working to get ahead of any wild winter weather. The goal to help make sure the power stays on in your home. Help me, Hank, live right after the break.